Bueno, al parecer hoy sí se puede. But I have this problem. Ok. Bueno, ya se está grabando la sesión. Bueno, entonces ya no tenemos este problema, nada más igual, de favor, acuérdenme si ven que nos está grabando, por favor, digan, yeah, please, thank you so much. Okay, guys, well, so here we are. Remember we were talking a lot about how to describe people's personality, right? Yeah. How will you call a person, for example, who is extremely extrovert and likes to talk all the time? How do you call a person that is always speaking like a parrot?
Chatterbox.
Exactly, we call it chatterbox. So this is a talkative person. Talkative, chatterbox. Chatterbox es el slang, ¿no? Es como, no sé, como un loro, digamos. En talkative es eso, que habla mucho. And how will you call a person? Estos no son de los slangs que vimos, but how will you call a person that is change like switch moods too easily and too often? Que cambia de humor muy seguido.
Bipolar.
Bipolar. Yeah, we can say bipolar, but it's better to say moody. We can call it moody. So yeah, we can call bipolar, although bipolarity is more like a disease. And you know, I can tell you about this because there was a person too close to me that was bipolar. And it's not like in the morning they are sad and at night they are happy, or I don't know, or like we think that some people, or even I don't want to sound sexist, but they say sometimes girls they are like this. They change their mood. One day they're fine, the next day they're sad, But bipolarity is a really ugly thing. So I saw this person, the thing is that the thing about bipolarity is that it's a mix of depression, like deep depression, like super persistent. And then there's the other one that is maniac. We use the word maniac, like to say that someone is crazy. But when you call about, like when you talk about mental health, a maniac person is a person that is like very hyperactive. A maniac in this state of depression, no lo vamos a tomar como les dije en el sentido de maniac es un maníaco, un loco, ¿no? But maniac is this state where the person is always active. Like you could even think that they have THD. Incluso puedes llegar a pensar que tienen trastorno de hiperactividad. So this person, for example, during months, durante meses, digamos 2 meses, 3 meses, depressed, absolute depression. And then after 3 months, después de otros 3 meses, o medio año, total manía. So it means like they are always doing things, siempre están mucho más activos. There is insomnia, no pueden dormir. They have like lots of problems. So, and other thing is that these diseases, they are very often, they disable the person. They disable the person. O sea, es una enfermedad muy inhabilitadora. Yeah? So I can tell you from experience, the person that, yeah, we can say in English bipolarity, and someone that is bipolar. But when you talk, when the person is really a bipolar, and man, it's you wish the person was moody. You wish the person was moody because a person with bipolarity is like two different words. It's like two different people, and they are on one side, like I told you, some months they are super depressed, and other months they're super active, super creative. It's difficult for them, very difficult. So, well, let's continue describing people. How would you call someone who always helps other people? Alguien que siempre ayuda a otros. How would you call this person? What do you think? Okay, Oscar always tells us the answers. Let's try to, Oscar loves to participate, but let's give chance to someone else too, right? So guys, how do you call a person that always helps you?
That always what?
That always helps you, que siempre te ayuda.
My parents?
Okay, so your parents are what? ¿Cómo diríamos que, cómo se les llama ese tipo de personas que ayudan a otros? In English, how would you say it? Well, you can say different ways. Te puedes llamar supportive,
Okay.
helpful, yeah. Maybe empathetic, yeah.
Sería empático.
Sorry?
Empathetic. What,
Empathetic. Mhm.
what did it mean?
Empático.
Ah, okay, okay.
Mhm. Okay. So related to this, we have a conversation here. We have an activity, and it says, my helper. So it says, work with a partner. Think of a person who helps you in some way. For example, Javier told us about his parents. His parents are very supportive, helpful, and empathetic with him. Can you think about other two people, in your case, and everyone, you try to think about, sorry, maybe one person who helps you in some way and choose three adjectives that describe him. So try to think about this, right? My helper es mi ayudante. Aquí no se toma como mi chacho, ¿no? Es como la persona que siempre me apoya, ¿ya? My helper. So let's talk about this. I would like you to tell me, who is this person that is super supportive with you, super helpful, and in what ways they help you? Maybe they help you in your social life, maybe they help you with money, maybe they help you with emotional support, and maybe, I don't know, you just tell me, who is your helper? So in my case, I would like to start so you can think about your ideas. I have to say that I've always been fortunate to have people who help me. And I have to say this because sometimes I think we are not grateful about this. And when you have a family, that's such a blessing. I don't care if you are married. I don't care if you still live with your parents. I don't care if you don't live with your parents, but you still have your family. Gosh, that's that's something we should be grateful for, right? And in my case, my family has always been very supportive. They sometimes my family they're crazy too. Like sometimes for me, is difficult. I mean, I don't live with them anymore, like I think for 3 years. Um, but I remember sometimes it was difficult. And then when I live at their place, I think that I didn't appreciate the things they did for me. But my parents always helped me with advice. They care about me. They even share their things. They give well, we can say practical support. Yeah, whenever I need them. Yeah. The same thing, even though I have my own family now, but I know I can always count on them. Then my wife, obviously, that is the most supportive person for me. Um, so I think your spouse, your husband, your wife, they should be the most supportive people in your life. I think so. So in my case, my helpers are my family. I'm talking about my father, my mother, my brother, and my wife. And then I could think about some other people like my father and mother-in-law, some friends, but I would say that these people, uh, the family, they are my helpers. I really can't think about a friend. I mean, I used to have a very good friend of mine, and I will tell you later this sad story, but we stopped talking some years ago, for some differences, we had an argument, and we haven't talked to each other for a long time. Um, so now I can say that I really have a best friend at this moment. But yeah, this is the people for me. Now I spoke too much, and I would like anyone else to tell me about your helper. This is the activity number 4. Yeah, you see here? Number 4. So, Gabriel, who is your helper? Moni, who is your helper?
Um, my my mother and my best friend.
Okay, very well. So how do they help you?
¿Quién me ayudó hoy? O
No, how? ¿Cómo?
how?
They give you
Ah,
advice, they tell you, um, I don't know, they encourage
um,
you, te dan ánimo, te dan consejos. What do they do for you?
my mother helped me mm, enough emotionally and
Emotionally, yeah.
and in my work. She helped me in my breakfast. Uh, she
Okay,
put
they
my
make
breakfast in
breakfast
the
for you.
morning.
Okay, very well. They make lunch for you to take for work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful, right? Okay, thank you, Moni. Christina, who is your helper? Okay, I will read Oscar's comment. It says, now I have two wonderful people that are my life support. My precious daughter, they help me to, they help me not to give up. They help me not to give up every day and show me my errors and how not to do it again. Okay. Yeah, I think that, um, I don't know how it would be to have a child. Sometimes I imagine this situation with my wife, but I still see it like something that would be not in the close, not close soon, not in the few months or not in a few years. But I think that your children really change everything. Everything, I think. You have a wife? Okay, your wife can work. Your wife can support you. Your wife is an adult. Your husband is an adult, usually, right? You're two mature people. When you have a daughter or when you have a son, when you have a baby, this baby depends only on you. So sometimes for me, that is so stressing to think about how you, I mean, I don't, it's not like I like children, but I think that obviously I would love to have one, like, I don't know, maybe in a few years, maybe it's in many years, but I think that when you have this person that depends 100% on you, it's like a super motivator. You can't give up. You don't have permission to give up. You're tired? Sorry, this kid needs to eat. You are depressed? Your kid needs you. Yeah. So I think that this is a great motivator in life to keep going. And even when things are really ugly, this child is everything. No? I think I try to imagine because I don't have a child. And like I told you, I don't picture myself to be a parent in a long time. But I can imagine how it must be to be a parent. It must be beautiful, must be scary, must be everything at the once. Yeah.
It changed your life 360.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can express, but I have a life after that. But now is
It's a new life
very
for you.
different. So, sorry?
Do you feel you're a different person
Of
before
course.
your daughter was born and after?
100%, yes. It changed everything, everything. The way you think, the way you, even the way you dress, the way your music list, your house, everything, everything. It's not the same. And you can imagine if they were different.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Without that, without toys in the floor, the dolls in the behind the TV and all the stuff, you don't imagine your house different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yeah,
you,
must be.
for different people, they see there is a mess, but for you, it's the most beautiful things that you can ever have.
Yeah, it must be amazing, no doubt. Okay, thank you for sharing that. And I would like to ask, Javier, you told me about your parents. Your parents are your helpers, right? So how is their personality? How do they help you?
Well, since always my support have been my parents. They always motivate me uh, in all my projects in and ideas for I decide and in my career, in my school, and always. He obviously Jay, ¿cómo, cómo se diría ellos? Bueno, I always have been confident with them, and I talk about my personal situation, and they support me in the consejos, ¿cómo se dice?
Advice.
Give me advice or different perspective for the decisions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very well. So they are wise, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's write these qualities, right? So that you have them in mind. And you know, there's a theory about language learning that they say that when you can learn a language using your different senses, right? The most um the most important are the different senses. Your sight, your hearing, your touch, like different experiences. But they say that when you involve feelings, when you add feelings to the formula of learning languages, it's different, right? Because there are some words that you learn, for example, in Spanish, and that you will always relate to a feeling. Maybe this feeling or this emotion was bad, was negative, or maybe it was positive. I don't know. So that's why when we write these words, try to think about these people that are important to you, or try to relate some negative words to a bad experience that you have in your life. Like when you relate this vocabulary to feelings, it's more probable that you will remember. Yeah. Because that's how we actually learn language in real life, right? We always have these situations and feelings involved that when you have this feeling, then the word comes automatically in your mind. Yeah. So okay, we can say about their parents that they are wise, right? Maybe they are practical, son prácticos. Yeah. Okay, very well. I can tell you, for example, about my parents. They are very polite. They are caring, but sometimes they can get really worry words. They can get like this, pues, son muy preocupones. They can get really worry words. And I can understand why. But yeah, they are they worry a lot for everything. You know, I don't know how their mind sometimes flies. My parents called me 2 days ago, and they say, "Why you didn't answer? Why you didn't answer your phone?" They sent me a message, and I forgot to answer, honestly, because I have a lot of work. Sometimes I don't even answer my friends, and I feel so bad about it. But I didn't answer my family for 1 day. They were so worried. They thought that something had happened to me, so they um even though they saw my connection and everything, but um they are very um they're very they worry about everything. They're very anxious. Yeah. Okay, very well. So this is about um positive things, right? About people. Okay. So now that we talk about this, I don't know if we are skipping. I think Flor. Flor, who is your helper? If Flor is not available, I would like to try again with Gabriel. Gabriel, who is your helper? Okay, never mind. So guys, we continue we talk about this vocabulary. And now we have this reading activity. All right. So, her name is Brooke Raboutou and is the youngest climber. You know, we had talk about young people, for example, Watson. What is the name of this Australian girl? That she sailed all around the world. Do you remember her? And she was only 14, I think. And she was sailing by her own. By the way, cuando dices by my own, es otra forma de decir por mi propia cuenta. By my own, by your own, por tu propia cuenta, by her own, por su propia cuenta. So now we have this teenager, this girl, and well, we would like to read this and check some of the vocabulary. Maybe you can help me, Monique. Can you please help me read the first paragraph?
Brooke Raboutou has just turned. Está raro.
Yeah, it's French. Raboutou.
Raboutou has just turned 12 and she's one of the best rock members in the world with 7 world records. One of her coaches explained why she's so good. She has incredible strong fingers, he says. He adds that she also has a flexibility of a shield. This really helps in climbing. It means she can do things other climbers have never dreamed of doing. Practice also helps. Brooke has been climbing regularly since she was 4 years old.
Okay, all right, thank you. So just check the pronunciation, right? We see the flip. I know that it looks a bit, the fonts look a bit tiny, right? Okay, check. We can see in this word, you say chill, but you say child. Child.
Child?
Child. Okay, tiene la flexibilidad de un niño. Okay, very well. So, and then when we have these words, for example, con la ed al final, no dices dreamed, sino dreamed. Dream. Okay. So, what else? Okay, very well. So what are some qualities? Do we have any qualities here? It says, in strong fingers. Okay.
Flexibility.
Yeah, but check, this is what I want to show you, right? There are some words that can help you to emphasize what you're saying. For example, here it says not only strong fingers, no solo son dedos fuertes, dice increíblemente fuertes, yeah? So you use incredibly as a way to emphasize this thing, yeah? We're going to see this in a moment. Okay, very well. So it says that she has 7 world records. I don't know if I will be able to do this sport in general. I'm a very person. I have fear of heights. Tengo miedo a las alturas. But I don't know if you have ever thought about climbing. Like, for me, this is very scary. I think you should be crazy to do this. I think that you risk your life a lot, and people sometimes they only look for the adrenaline, ¿no? Como que es más la adrenalina, pero creo que es muy peligroso. Es muy peligroso, right? And they say you need to have incredibly strong fingers to do this. What do you think is other quality that you need to perform this, para poder hacer esto?
Mm, friendly, not afraid of the climb.
So maybe we could say brave.
Brave, uh-huh.
Fearless.
Mm-hmm. You need to be brave. What else?
You have to be fearless and a good condition.
You have to be in good condition, in good shape. Yeah.
You have a good control your load, your respiration.
Of your respiration. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you need to be able to be very focus minded, right? Como que tienes que ser muy concentrado, focus minded. Because if you lose control, if you lose concentration, everything's lost, right? You just need to sleep a bit and you're dead. And I think that's why I hate these kind of sports. It makes me anxious to see people doing these activities because I think that you are too close to death. Okay, let's continue reading here. Oscar, can you please help me read the next paragraph, please?
Okay. Brooke comes from a climbing family. Both of her parents are climbing champions. Her father has stopped climbing, but her mother, Robin, who won the World Cup title 4 years in a row, is still climbing. She has been running a club of young climbers in Colorado since 2005. She coached Brooke and her teammates.
Mm-hmm. Very well. Okay. So I don't know if there's any word that we can highlight, but it says in a row.
In a
In
row, what is that?
in a row es como al hilo. Ajá, que ha ganado 4 años al hilo, como
¿Consecutivos?
yes, consecutivos.
Okay.
In a row. Okay. Well, that's amazing. I think that these people have to be very um like the way they interact with their body must be so special, you know. There is this theory about the multiple intelligence theory. I don't know if you ever heard about it. La teoría de inteligencias múltiples.
No, I didn't hear it.
No? Well, it sounds complex, but it's just the way people learn or the way people are, like they have some probability to excel. Excel es como de capacidad de ser los mejores de acuerdo a su predisposición, ¿no? There's people who, for example, are very good dancers, who, I don't know, they're good sports people. They're called body smart or kinesthetic, que se llama, es una inteligencia kinestésica o body smart, ese tipo de personas. Son más activas, les gustan los deportes, tienen mucho balance, you know, they are body smart. These people are very conscious about where their body is all the time. Also, this kind of theory helps you to see how the student prefers to learn, right? Maybe you are more visual, right? Si eres más visual, prefieres imágenes que audios, ¿no? Maybe you are music smart, you prefer maybe some melodies, you like learning with music. And there is people who, for example, are people smart or interpersonal. So they have some skills that allow them to have good relationships with others. Se relacionan muy bien con otros, ¿no? Otros son más intrapersonal or self-smart, that they can be conscious about how they are feeling all the time, about their feelings, you know. There's people who are more word smart, and these people like to write, like they love to talk, all of these things. And according to this, they say if you are this thing goes a little bit to the other way of what they think is intelligence, right? Because I don't know about you, but it was like in school, if you were the best at maths, si eras el mejor en matemáticas, pues eras el más inteligente, ¿no? But what if there's a kid who is not good at math? Maybe this kid is good at other things. Quizás como dijimos, este chico no es bueno quizás en matemáticas, pero es muy bueno para los deportes. So should you say that this kid is stupid? And just the ones who master logic, smart mathematics, they are actually smart. So they are just different ways. And I think that it has something to do with what we are learning here. Because if you are, like, I'm sure that if I practice this sport, I would die the first day. In my case, I don't have this body smart intelligence. So I'm very clumsy, yo soy muy torpe. I mean, like, with my movements, with my body. I can hurt myself easily. I can hit myself with stuff all the time. Siempre me estoy golpeando, siempre me estoy. I'm very absent-minded when it comes to my body. So I don't have a good balance. I've never been good for sports. So I'm sure that if I ever try this sport, I would die in the first day. But these people, some people like Brooke Raboteau, well, this is a real person. I'm gonna show you because this is a real person. So these people are able to control their body in a way that some can't. Okay, maybe you can help me to read, Javier, the next paragraph.
Sure, teacher.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Brooke says, hey, her mom is a great coach. She encourages me a lot. She gives me really good advice. Brooke says she used big parts of the climbing life. Robin can be strict, but she was also passionate. She has been this passion on her younger and a student for years.
Yeah, okay, very well, thank you. So, very well. What are some qualities that Brooke uses to talk about her mom?
She is strict.
She says she encourages me a lot. Ella me anima mucho. She encourages me a lot. She gives me really good advice. She's a big part of my climbing life. Okay, very well.
What mean encourages?
Sorry?
What mean encourages?
Encourage es animar. She encourages me.
Okay.
Yeah. Says strict, passionate. Okay. Let's check the next one. Please, can you help me read it, Flor, the next paragraph? Maybe Gabriel, can you please help me with the next paragraph? Okay, maybe we can ask Moni again. Can you
Wait, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, please, Gabriel, help me reading this paragraph.
Oh, wait a second.
Mhm.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, please go ahead. Can you please read this paragraph?
Brooke is very determined and has always been very motivated. This helps her when she's facing the challenges of this difficult sport. She's also hardworking. She hasn't gotten to the top of her spot by sitting around. To be really good climber, you can just have it. You have to train really hard. So I take it pretty seriously, Brooke says, and that's what Brooke has been doing every day at the club and at home. She even has a climbing wall in her basement.
Okay, very well, thank you. So what are other qualities that you see in this paragraph?
How you keep climbing your basement?
She must have a very big basement.
I don't think
She
so.
must have a cave. A deep cave.
And she's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so check here. It says she's determined, motivated. What else? Hardworking. You know the meaning of hardworking?
Trabajadora.
Trabajadora. Okay. She hasn't gotten to the top of her spot by sitting around. No ha llegado hasta donde está, simplemente sentándose o quedándose sentada, right? So you really need to train hard to do it. Okay, the last paragraph, I'm gonna read it. It says, but climbing isn't only hard work. It's fun too. When I'm on a high rock, I feel in control and just happy. Brooke says, and when I look down, I'm not scared because I'm not scared of heights. But it's just so cool to think how small I am compared to the rock and how high up I am. So we're going to find a little bit more about this person, Brooke Robotu. Right now, she is 23. So she was born in the 2000s. 2001. Nació en el 2001. Okay, so she has already a good career climbing. So we're gonna check this. Very short, it's just 3 minutes. We can check some other qualities of this vocabulary that we are learning today. Okay, let's go. That's her.
Brooke, first of all, it's super hard to hold in the emotion for this moment. I was almost in tears in the commentary box. I was with Quinn, who was almost in tears. Your first gold medal for bouldering, congratulations. It must be so difficult to describe your emotions, but how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm literally in a dream right now, so it hasn't fully sunk in, but I'm feeling very, very grateful for everyone around me and everyone who's gotten me to where I am. Yeah, and for believing in myself as well, so it was a hell of a night, and I'm really, really happy.
There's so much to talk about, but let's focus on that final boulder, because super tricky move, releasing that left leg underneath, that must require so much strength. At the end of a busy day of climbing, how difficult was that move to pull off?
That boulder was really hard, and honestly, everything I've dreamed of. Like, I love just trying really hard and full body tension, and that was what was required for that move, to not only get the left hand and then have the power to shoot up to the zone. So I think it was an incredible boulder that tested, both the physical and mental strength. But yeah, I just was able to stay present in the moment and really believe that I was capable, and yeah, I ended up on top of the boulder.
And then watching you, your head dropped down for a second and you looked up at the crowd, and that seemed to be the moment where it kind of hit you like a wave. I mean, who did you see? Anyone specific in the audience?
I was thinking about everyone in the audience for sure. All I saw was lights, but I was just like, what just happened,
Okay, this is not a mountain, right? This is just like, looks very safe to me to be this kind of sport. Like, she's in, I don't know, this kind of rappelling wall. But yeah, I would like to see her climb
Like I
the
said,
mountain.
no thoughts, but so many at the same
It'd
time.
be so scary.
Well, this is an important year for everyone on the circuit. It's the Olympic selection year. It's got to give you a lot of confidence going into the rest of the season.
Check here, we say we're talking about confidence, right? We have this quality that is self-confidence, que confías en ti mismo. Self-confidence, so you can say, I am self-confident.
Taking that first win. Looking forward ahead, we've got Seoul coming up and then Salt Lake eventually for you. Looking forward to those competitions?
Yeah, so much. I'm just excited to climb more boulders. Setters did a great job, and yeah, that's really what we're out here doing, so take one at a time and keep having fun.
Awesome. Well, look, you've got a million people wanting to ask you questions. I'm going to leave you alone. You are our athlete of the week. Congratulations, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Such a slow move, but it hides how powerful that was from Brooke. Now she sets up for the big jump, locks it in and gets it on the zone.
Well, she falls. I didn't see her using any harness, sun harness, or any other protection. Okay, I want to see, there's her climbing. Ah, yeah, that's her, 11-year-old. Oh gosh, yeah, that's what I mean.
When you compare Brooke to the average climber that's her age, there almost is no comparison.
I'm Brooke Rabatou. I'm 11 years old and I'm a rock climber. I started climbing probably about when I could walk.
She wants to climb the hardest route out there. She wants to win the competitions.
She's able to do climbs that people once thought were impossible.
When I'm on a high rock, I feel I'm in control and just happy.
That's what she's saying in the book, man.
I'll go first.
Brooke is a climbing phenom. She's set all these precedents in rock climbing that 10 years ago, the top elite climbers were having trouble doing.
Brooke is one of 2 female climbers in the world at the young age of 11 to be setting records.
Brooke was the first 9-year-old to do V10. She was also the first 10-year-old to do V11. She's the first 10-year-old to climb 514A and the first 11-year-old to climb 514B. You're talking like 0.0001% of the climbing community that can do these climbs.
I love climbing because, well, there's a lot of challenges in climbing. I don't know, it seems so cool just to be doing moves after moves and different holds. There's so many different ways that you can climb.
I want you to watch how I take the hold. I'm going to take it open, and then I'm going to close it, and take it open, and then close it, open, and then close it, okay?
Brooke really has the full package. For one, she has these incredibly strong fingers. If
He's also in the book, right?
she gets a hold, she's gonna hold on to it. Also, she's been able to maintain that almost baby flexibility where she's able to twist and turn into these positions that the average climber is just not able to do. Brooke is also unique in the sense that she comes from this long line of champion world.
Look, what the hell? Look, just look at this.
It's better woman.
It's really
Like a
I,
monkey.
I understand that you can climb a wall using these steps, como estos escaloncitos, but how can you do it when you are upside down, when you're in the ceiling?
you have been so strong in your arms and legs.
Yeah.
Cup climbers.
I started climbing at 18, and I did my first World Cup in 1989, and
That's
I
the
went on
mom.
to win
And I
4
think that's the
World
dad.
Cup titles
The
in a
dad
row.
doesn't look happy.
That pretty much set my path for what I wanted to do as an adult, which was to coach and teach young kids how to rock climb. It's all about bringing it in with one arm.
Now she coaches me and my teammates. She encourages me a lot. She gives me really good advice. She's just a big part of my climbing life.
There it is, kiddo. Good, strong. Yeah, Brooke. She's hard on herself, so I don't need to be hard on Brooke. She's her boss. And I'm always there to give her just the tools that she needs to help her progress to the level that she wants to be at.
Sometimes it's hard for my mom to be my coach because I can get really frustrated with her.
Come on, faster, Brooke. Let's go. Come on, Brooke. Good. Go, 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 go. Last, you can, oh, you could have gotten another second off there.
Robin is an intense person, but that's what makes her great. And I think that the kids thrive off of that intensity and that desire to succeed.
Really pull hard. Yes, Brooke. Good. Sweet. That's progress.
Come on, Brookie, get more in. Again.
To be a really good climber, you can't just have it. You have to train really hard. So I take it pretty seriously.
1 time. Nice job.
We have kids that are athletic, and they've been athletic since the day they started to crawl, and you can see that they're very coordinated. As a family, we introduced our kids to climbing at a very young age. We started when they were itty-bitty. We lived in
couldn't do
France,
that
and
even
we have a
when I was
climbing
a
gym in
child.
our backyard. And as soon as they could walk, we tied them into a rope and we let them try to climb. It's something that's just always been in our lives. Just like, the refrigerator and the bathtub, we've always had a climbing wall at our home.
This is my climbing, mini gym that my dad built, and it's
That's the
in my
basement.
basement
You see.
of my house. My dad was also a really good rock climber. He climbed in World Cups too. He won a lot of big competitions, but he doesn't climb much anymore.
I did all the competition until 92, and after that I kind of slowed down my climbing and find other passions. And now I like a lot to work with my hands, building stuff. I love it.
My dad builds climbing walls and houses too. He built a lot of my house, and he also built a strength training part above my basement.
It's just a kind of a European way of gaining finger strength, and we like it, so we built it. The rhythm, yeah?
Jump.
Come on, get strong.
Come on, Mookie.
Come on, finish it. Nice, good. There.
Yeah, this girl has muscles in her fingers. I can't believe it. Okay. Well, so this article, what we watched the video, right? It also guided us to the next. Okay, what I wanted to show you today. Okay, okay, we have been talking about a little bit of the present perfect. So we're going to check this topic. It's like a review of the present perfect, but also the present continuous. So when you say something like in English, I have lived here for 2 years. This is the present perfect to say that you have been doing something for a while. He vivido aquí por 2 años. But you can also say, I have been living here for 2 years. So which one sounds more, ¿cuál de estos suena más, well, let's say dramatic to you? ¿Cuál suena más dramático o más enfatizado? I have lived here for 2 years. He estado viviendo aquí por 2 años o he estado viviendo aquí por 2 años. Which do you think is the most dramatic?
The second.
Yeah, right? Or we could say, I have worked here for 2 years. I have been working here for 2 years. La primera es, he trabajado aquí por 2 años. Y he estado trabajando aquí por 2 años. Yeah? So again, the second one, like you said, el segundo es el que tiene mayor énfasis, right? This one. So this is just the present perfect. The present perfect, you need to use the auxiliary verb have and the verb in past participle. Then you have here this, that is the present perfect, things have been, but you need to write this verb in with ing, with the gerund. He estado trabajando aquí por 2 años. So we are going to use the second one when you want to emphasize more, right? That and to emphasize more that is really surprising or it's really challenging to do something for some time. Yeah. So that's when you can use this present perfect and present perfect continuous. Yeah. So now we have this chart. Let's complete it before we finish. And I'm gonna give control to Oscar. You can control the computer, and maybe you can write here in the first two sentences. Please help me complete this using the present perfect continuous. But you're missing one verb in the first sentence. Can you write more? Will be like climbing, right? Okay, very well. I have been climbing. And the next one, have you been training a lot? We say, yes, I have, or no. Yeah, correct. No, I haven't. Awesome. Okay, now let's give remote control to Javier. And Javier, you can help me complete the next 2 exercises as well, please. What has she been doing? You can
Okay.
control my computer now. What has she been doing? She has been running a club. When you say running a club, no quiere decir que ha estado corriendo un club. Running, por ejemplo, running a business quiere decir dirigido. Ha estado dirigiendo un club. ¿Ya? Entonces, aquí vamos a decir, ella ha estado trabajando. ¿Cómo diríamos eso? Pero sería negativo, ¿no? Ella no ha estado trabajando.
Okay. Okay.
Sería have. She. ¿Crees
Or have
que
no?
she y have se llevan? Do you think it's correct?
Okay, yes. Has.
Mhm.
But is hasn't or has been not?
Sería hasn't.
Okay.
Hasn't or has not? Mhm. She hasn't been working. Okay, very well. And the next one. This is the interrogative one. Ella ha estado escalando. Has she been climbing? Okay, very well. So, this is about the present perfect continuous. It's very similar to the present perfect. You just add to emphasize these things more when you want to talk about your experiences and you want to emphasize the time. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you, teacher.
See you.